So Stefania, let's just chat a little bit about yourself. I know a lot of participants have never seen you before. So what do you do? Where do you live? Just a little bit about yourself.
So hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time is where you are right now. I am Stefi. So I prefer to be called Stefi, even though my official name is Stefania. And I joined TIR 3 months ago, and it was one of the most beautiful gifts I could give myself for Christmas. I live currently, or right now I'm in London, but when people ask me, where are you from? It's really hard for me to say because I was born in Romania. I am a Slovak and my parents live in Slovakia. My heart is in Spain, where I just came yesterday from. I pay taxes and I live in England, but I'm planning to go to Paris. So that's why I try to attract that already by the way I choose my clothes. And I say to people many times, like, I'm a citizen of the roads because I love to be, everywhere. And you asked me what I do. So I basically I have kind of two roles, I would say. I work as a language coach for mental health professionals who want to get prepared for international events where they need to present in English. So I help them. And my second role, I work as a growth coach for teacher entrepreneurs who want to have their online business and get six-figure business, basically by having clients, and they have niche clients. So this is what I do for my job.
Very good, very good. All right. So what was happening in your life, Stefania? Stefi?
Yes.
What was happening? I don't know why, but my mind says Stefi, which is German.
That's actually, no, that's nice, but because this is like just people in Slovakia know about it. So everybody was messing up with my name. So I just decided to be called Stefi. But Stefi is actually something that is very close to me. Like my family would call me Stefi. Yeah.
All right, listen, let's go with Stefi. What do you prefer, Stefi or Stefi?
Stefi. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Stefi. So tell us a little bit about what were your results like when you started thinking into results, and what motivates you to do the mentorship?
So I always say, in our life, we have official and unofficial mentors. And for me, unofficial mentor can be anyone. It can be your parent, your sibling, your colleague, your neighbor, your landlady, and then official mentors that we pay them money to teach us what they need to teach us. And I was lucky enough to meet a lot of unofficial mentors. And it was especially my landlady and my colleague who introduced me to prosperity. Before, I didn't even know what the meaning of that word was. Yeah. So they introduced me to it, and I was kind of open. That happened probably 2 years ago. I was really intrigued into that and just kind of getting to know more about it, learning about the money, how to have positive relationship with the money. And I was getting better results with each kind of unofficial mentor in my life. And the book I read, the video I watched, and I was pleased with the results to some extent. Like, I was really happy. But what I wasn't getting was sustainable results. So I was having like one on and off kind of like good results, but not something I could rely on. And at the same time, many good things were happening in my life, but I didn't understand why. Like, I didn't understand how my mind worked. And when you want to replicate something or duplicate, or repeat, but you don't know how because you don't have this formula. So, and I knew I need to find out that formula. And I think this happened to Bob as well. Yeah, like he was getting good results, but he didn't really know how. So he was eager to learn, and he wanted to have mentors in his life, and he had several of them. And this is what happened when you came into my life, if I can say it this way. So a friend of mine introduced me to you and to TRI. And when I was watching you live, it was one of the, what do we call the masterclass? Yeah, one of these 5 days when we were learning about prosperity. I knew you would be the one who would help me understand how my mind works and how I can program my mind to really get these sustainable results in my life. So that's why I signed up for TIR. And that was a really good decision.
Yeah, wow, yeah. Love it. It's funny. We haven't been like knowing each other that much. And I just love learning from you, you know, like your experience is fascinating. It's so beautiful. Love it. And also the fact that you also had previous experience with prosperity, your mind was already open around money.
Yes.
And yet you still recognize, I think that that's very smart. What you said about Bob Proctor, he unconsciously reached, because he applied the book Think and Grow Rich unconsciously. He didn't even know how. And he went from 4,000 per year to 175,000 per year and 1 million after he was prepared to quit all of that and go and work for Earl Nightingale, his first mentor, for $18,000 a year. Like he quit $1 million business. And the reason was because he had passion to teach. He really was hungry to understand and he
Mhm.
wanted to transfer that knowledge. And when you don't know what you're doing yourself, how can you teach others, right? You can't.
Actually, in fact, if about this, there are 5 stages of learning, and this is what I learned. And I think Bob got to stage 5, and you are there as well, because the first stage is when you are not even aware what you don't know, and that's really unconscious incompetence. The
Yeah.
second stage is when you are aware what you don't know, but you don't know how to get it. That's conscious incompetence. And the third one, where I am right now, it's conscious competence. So I know what I have to do following the sessions we have in the TIR, but I really have to be focused and really deliberate with everything I do. The fourth stage, when I hope I will get there by the end of TIR,
100.
is unconscious competence, that I don't know that I know, like I do it unconsciously. And then the fifth stage is what you do, and Bob Proctor, is to teach others all these 4 stages, like the educator's role. And yes, so
You know what I think is the step where you are is guiding you to the last step directly. And I tell you why, because you know how to do it. Like it's not just unconsciously happening for you. You know how to do it. So if you like, you could teach others, no problem.
I would love to get to that stage. I would
Oh,
love that.
you
It
are,
would be part of my street have goal. Yeah,
yes,
next time.
yes, totally. Okay, so what are some of your biggest results so far?
Uh, well, there are many, but let me just put them or divide them in 3 categories, okay? So the first one, I would just say it's the relationship with the money, the mindset, okay? So through these lessons that we have 12 lessons in TIR. I'm on lesson 6 right now. And I already kind of learned the formula, how to program your mind to really become the person with your C-type goal. And that's huge. If you understand your mind, it's even scary, to be honest. You feel like you're unstoppable, like invincible. I don't even know the adjectives I would
Yes.
use for this. So that's for me the biggest win, because this is something sustainable. And I know, because I understand it, I can just get the results I want because I understand my mind. So this is the biggest win for me, for sure. And then the second one is like more practical, and because I'm quite practical, I like to see practical kind of wins, and this financial one. So 2 months after I joined TIR, it was actually last month, I doubled my income from what I had before. And like nobody could believe that, including like my parents. And I wasn't surprised, to be honest. Like I just felt like it came naturally. You know, I was happy, but not excited.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, wow, this is a surprise.
Yeah.
And so that was one thing, really. And then 2 days after actually I joined TIR, my business partner like rewarded us with quite like generous Christmas contribution, like financial contribution. And I was just, why not? This is amazing, you know? So there was another one. Then what happened then as well, I wanted to invest in like marketing course, but somebody else then gave this course to me like kind of for free as part of something else. And I would pay thousands for that course just to learn about how marketing works. And okay, I didn't pay money, but I kind of got that money, you know, like
Yeah, it's like the money can come to you not just through financial, but you can receive gifts that normally you would spend money on. Yeah,
exactly. So this was like I saved thousands, probably like a couple of thousands for sure. So that was one. And then I want to just say something as well about what happened around Christmas time. Now I forgot about it. So this was kind of like financial goals, financial wins. And then the third one really because, as part of my C-type goal, where we are asked like why we want that particular thing to happen, I have many things why I want it. And it's the lifestyle I want to live. And I put there quite a few things, like, for example, I want to eat out whenever I feel like that. And I am kind of there, like, and it's amazing. Like, I don't eat in Michelin star restaurants. I live in I eat in a normal restaurants, but I don't look at the price, which I was doing before. Another one, what I was saying is that I want to have body treatments every week. And right now I was getting 1 or 2 per week. And I need to give my body some kind of rest, because I think it was
too much.
a lot of shock. Yes, so I'm going to stop for a month with these kind of things, because I think it's over pampered right now. But I just thought it wouldn't be possible to have like 1 treatment per week. For me, it was like a luxury. And it's beautiful, but it's happening. Then what I wanted as part of my C-type goal is really to live in chic and nice places, and where people are nice and welcoming, local people. And because I'm now a digital nomad, I travel quite a lot, and I'm really lucky to have nice places where I can focus on my studies and on my business, and I'm not interrupted, by external kind of circumstance. Like, I have a quiet place and nice places always. So that's really nice, because it's happening as well. And many other things on my, on my C-type goal regarding the lifestyle are happening. For example, taxis as well. I didn't used to take taxis before. Part of me, like, I really love walking. But another one was like, I always went by bus, let's say, because it was cheaper than by train or by taxi. And right now, like, I'm going, for example, next week to Plymouth from London, and train is much more expensive than a bus. But I'm going by train. And these are like small things. Maybe for somebody's like, people take it for granted, but for me, this is a huge change, like massive change.
Listen, what you just described is freedom to me. So what I feel like, the money is there, right? So I feel like eating, okay, for me here, right? I feel like eating in a restaurant, the money is here. I feel like eating room service, the money is here, or catering. I feel like staying in a penthouse suite, the money is there. I feel like it's like you basically choose the way you want to live, and the money is supporting you. It's like the money is not an issue. It's just always there to support you to live this way.
It's like the best friend ever. And you know what I like about this relationship with money? That now I feel like the more I spend, let's say I have this body treatment, I go to a restaurant, I actually help other people so they live better life. And before I was saying as well, like, if I do this, I'm a real rich person. So just give people tips as much as I want. And I just had a really good massage, and I just gave that, woman a lot of more money just because I wanted. And it's because I decided, like, I felt so free. I felt so empowered. And I mean, this is huge. And this is kind of happening.
And you actually make, like, I remember, in Dublin here in Ireland, we have like young boys and girls playing in the one of the main areas in Dublin, and they're playing an instrument. And I was just sitting there, and everybody is giving them like 1 or 2 euros. I just put in 20 euros, right? The kid was like, what is going on? And I'm like, you deserve it. He had the biggest smile, and I walked into the park, and he was just like playing so loud I could hear him in the park. And for me, this is like, I frequently tip the bill, and sometimes my massage therapists receive 50 euros tips, and they're like, and I'm like, I just love treating people. Yes, money is circulating, and when you have healthy energy around money, it comes to you, and you give, and you move it forward, and you give people jobs, and it's just beautiful energy. I love it.
And I remember, like, I had people in my life who were saying the more money you have, the greedier you become, or like it's at the expense of someone else. But actually now what I understand, really, you empower everyone else to have a better life if you have more money. And like, for example, even now, I always wanted to support projects or charity, something which is really close to me. but I really had problems to pay for bills. Like before, I never had to pay taxes because I never have enough money to pay the taxes. This is going to be the first year when I'm going to pay taxes, and I'm happy. I'm happy about it. And also, like, I can really encourage other projects, educational projects, or even there are some charities like in Africa, for example, to support children financially. And I'm just happy I can do it. That I have finances to do it.
Yeah, I love it. I tell you a little one on this. So I also support charities. There is a beautiful charity, Unstoppable Foundation, where little girls, instead of being married off to men like 3 times their age, they have future. They can go get educated, get businesses, and they study thinking into results. And that's what I was just like fascinated. So I am able to gift regularly there. And just another one came to me, just like a week ago or something, when the war broke out in Ukraine. And I was just like, how can I help? How can I help? How can I help? And I was watching something on YouTube, and an Irish charity came up that is contributing directly. And I was just like, €1,000. And they called me the next day. Excuse me? I'm like, yeah. And you tell me what you're doing exactly. I'm going to get others to donate, because it's a pleasure for us to give, And I just love treating others, and love what money can do for people. You can make someone's day. You can appreciate someone. You can give a gift for yourself, and it's just beautiful when you're friends with money. And I think this is what you are sharing here.
Yeah,
the world is your oyster. Is so much more
exactly.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit what you can do with money and how many people you can empower. And actually, I think when we learn how it works, we can empower many more people. And this is another win when you ask me about wins, because I'm a coach in my business, in both of them. And I feel now, because I understand better this, how to set goals, then how to really create your self-image script, how to work on your paradigms, create the right habits. And now I can empower my clients to do the same. So they have more success because I understand it better. So like before, kind of forcing somebody to do something, and I didn't understand what they were doing, or they were not doing. Now I understand it better. So I can stop them right there and say what they need to do instead in order to achieve that. So this is, I thought TIR would be more just mostly about money, how to have better money, but it's much more beyond money. It's like, it's all areas of your life, whatever we learn. For example, there was one scene yesterday, that was the reason why I couldn't have the interview yesterday, because I was traveling and I was at the airport in Gran Canaria. And now, because there was Brexit, you need a share code, some kind of special code, which I didn't have because Ryanair didn't let me know about it. And then at the airport, I had to kind of find that code. Otherwise, my flight would have been canceled. In the past, what I would have done, I would be either crying or, I don't know, doing something similar to crying, that I cannot miss this flight because it would cost me, let's say, 300 or 400 more money because of the accommodation and other flights. And I would just be frustrated and maybe just be annoying with all the people, the staff there. But I just managed, and I was really surprised yesterday. I managed to be calm. I was still doing action, like I looked a little bit rushed to find this code, but I didn't let this influence me, have an impact on me. I knew that, okay, the worst case scenario, I will stay longer in sunny Spain in a nice hotel. What is that wrong about it, right? Like, this is the worst thing that can happen. And so then I just basically was okay with that. And for some reason, I found a share code somewhere in my mobile. Yeah, so I traveled anyway.
Is the jewel of wisdom. I love it. So good, Stefania. I tell you, I could be interviewing you for hours. I just am mindful of the time. But it's fascinating to hear you. I just love how you think. I love how you process this information and the experiences that you're sharing. It's so beautiful. Tell us, did your mind give you any concerns when you made the decision not to invest, or not now? And how did you bring yourself to still do the right thing?
So it was 3 months ago. Yes, I remember that. I knew about the price before, like what the price would be. And I didn't have any doubts that this would help me. So like doubts were not about it, like, is this the right course? Not about that. But the money I had to find was actually from my saving account, my only money that I had for my future house, that God knows when I would have that future house. And I was actually happy doing that. So I had no problems with that. I had some kind of practical issues because of the bank. And I knew I would lose some state benefits because of that, of that saving account. And actually, what was the only thing that was trying to discourage me was my parents and external circumstances, because they knew this is my only money I have in my saving account, right? And like, this is my own safety. And like, that I saved in my, I don't know how many years. But I just didn't, I said to them like very nicely that I really love you and I know you want the best for me. But in 6 months, and watch me, I kind of challenged myself. I will have the same money in my account and double more in my income.
I love it. So
yeah,
good.
and I think it's going to happen. They already saw my double income last month, and they were kind of calmer, but still they didn't really believe me.
Yeah.
And I said, that's okay. That's okay. You don't need to believe me, but I know I'm doing the right thing. So for me, I think that's the better case, because I was persuaded this could help me, right? I knew it would help me. It was just the external circumstances, like other people trying to kind of say to me, that's not the right decision. But yeah, I just didn't.
I'm still appreciative that you shared this, because frequently this is what happens. We have a dream, we feel that Eva and her team can help you, and then sometimes it's the internal that takes you out, or sometimes it's the external. And even though people around you love you, but I heard Bob saying, you want to earn certain amount of income, do not ask your family for advice, because even though, unless they earn what you want to earn, right? Because what happens is, people closest to us, family, friends, colleagues in business, they will always give us advice because they love us, but look at their results. And always only ask for advice people that have the results you want and bigger, and they had to do the transformation you've got to do. At the end of the day, they love you, they respect you, but they cannot advise you because they don't know. They don't know what you need to do, and they will give you your opinion, and you can look at their results if that opinion is right or not, right?
Yeah, but I think I listened to you because you had an interview then and something else when you were coaching us how to approach this. So I was prepared for my parents, and I didn't ask them for advice. I was just informing them what I'm going to do, because I was leaving the house and they knew I was going to the bank, to the place. So I just wanted them to know where I am. And just, by the way, I'm just investing this and this money.
You are a very independent woman, and this is you're also very in touch with what you want, and it doesn't matter what anybody says, you're going to do it, and you will kindly, with love, say you're going to do it. I love this. This is so powerful, Stefania. So what would you say to those that are watching us, and maybe it's their doubts, or maybe it's their external that is trying to stop them? What would you say to them about doing the program?
I would just say, trust your intuition. Your intuition is really like your inner voice that is telling you what you should do. My intuition was clearly telling me, take this course. Like, I was clear about it. And then just follow that intuition. And I think what I've heard somewhere, that you have to fall in love with your mentor, or like look up to them, kind of not romantically fall in love with them, but spiritually, whatever way, other way. Yes. And you have to have that. So if you have that feeling, if you feel that, then go for it. If you don't have it, then probably not. But if you have that intuition telling you that this person can take you there, then don't ignore the intuition, because the intuition is going to bring you to other things, and good kind of other things, yes, but I think it's good to take your intuition seriously, because then intuition will not be showing up for you in the future if you kind of ignore her.
Yes, and I also love what you said earlier about having the unpaid mentor, unofficial mentor.
Yes.
And I think, in my mind, I want to increase my income. I've got to find someone who can lead me there. And typically the unpaid mentors cannot lead me there, right?
Exactly, Eva. And, I am really what I'm appreciated of, like, if people follow these 12 lessons that they're a part of it, attend your 2 Q&As per week, go to all morning study groups, go once to mastermind group, and set calls with accountability partner once a week, there is no way you cannot achieve it. No way, like you cannot fail. So you really, like the system you created with your team, people cannot get lost there. If you really believe that this is going to happen, there is all the support how to get you there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what the paid mentor is for, and you can expect this from them. Whereas from your unpaid kind of mentors, you can just be grateful, but you cannot expect them to create this structure for you, so you don't fail. So this is what I appreciate about our mentorship a lot.
Cool. Thank you, Stefania. So guys, we hope that this inspired you, first of all, I loved the perception of what Stefania learned. And like, this is just 3 months into the course. And I hope this inspired you in terms of what you're capable of for yourself and what you can expect as well if you do the work. So exactly what Stefania said, if you just allow us to step-by-step guide you, you show up, there is no possibility for you to fail. You've got to win. And that's all that it takes. Show up, invest and show up. And I hope you will do this for yourself. And thank you so much, Stefania. It's been such a pleasure.
Yes, so show up and have your goal card with you all the time.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much, Stefania. Enjoy Paris. Take care.
Yes, thank you so much. Bye. Bye.